Point number 1, defend mode. So you need to defend your mind, which is very hard to do. It helps you to live with the harassment, and it also helps you to stay in a survivor mindset instead of seeing yourself as a victim. I have to admit that I'm not there yet, so I also work on that as well. I'm not fully there yet. You have to build a guard for your mind or a protection mechanism, because this will, of course, protect your health. I'm going now to the different points, and then it will become more clear how this is going to work out. Next point, building resilience. That's also very important. You need to nurture yourself. You need to nurture your body, your mind and your soul in order to build resilience. Otherwise, this experience will completely consume you. It will destroy you. The gangstalkers working very hard to shift your focus away from yourself to the harassment itself, because then you're just listening and you're watching for the signs and you kind of stuck there mentally. That's easier said than done. I have been experiencing this now for a couple of years, and I found some coping mechanisms. So it's not a solution, because there is no solution. Okay, that's the rule that you have to stick to, and now it's going to stop. That is not going to happen, at least not according to my experience. And resilience is key factor, or you just fall apart. Not giving in when it comes to the harassment. They come up with a lot of techniques, and it makes you wonder what's going on here, why I'm being followed, why this and that happens all the time. And you have maybe the tendency to look for signs, and then you're always on the lookout, always on the watch out, so to speak. It makes you giving in to it. That's exactly what they want. They have very sophisticated techniques to sugarcoat little sweets here and there, so that you're listening and sort of paying attention, only to hit you back later on with the bad doses. It's all part of the treatment of the harassment, and that's important to consider. And not giving in is here the key. At least that's one thing how you can cope. Otherwise, you will be completely lost in the harassing and stalking schemes, paying way too much attention. I did that a lot. Colors. They're using a lot of colors. That's pretty much at the starting point. You may be seeing people, 5-6 people in a row wearing red. Color is a color, right? But let's say you see 2 people with red shirts. It doesn't mean anything, but if you see sometimes people in a row, let's say 4 to 6 people wearing red color, this happens for weeks, then you kind of questioning, of course, like why I see so many people with the color, with the same color. And that's how they get you in. It's one of the techniques to get you in and to make you paying attention to them. It's just an example, but there's a lot more to it. You will figure that out by experiencing that, because each situation is different, of course. Okay, next point is the last point, situation overall. You have not like a template what works. It depends really on your unique situation, because everything matches your personality. I wouldn't advise being very loud, yelling around, yelling in the streets, stuff like that. I would completely avoid it according to my experience. I didn't do that, so I wasn't yelling around outside or so, but sometimes I try to inform a lot of people, especially my family, and it turned out the gangstalking got worse. It leads you to becoming snappy. It can lead you to reactive abuse. That's also one of the key factors. Because if they can make you react and going bonkers, so to speak, then, they have a laugh. Oh, see, look at him, look at this woman, or look at this man, and making fun of you. You maybe have to go to the mental institution. For example, in my situation, it happened, and only to figure out that harassment escalates. It was escalating inside the mental hospital. Be careful. If you have something inside your mind, question it at first. Question everything, but over-questioning is also not right. It's a little bit tricky to figure out, because if you're over-questioning everything, it doesn't lead you anywhere. But try to question quick and impulsive stuff that pops up inside your head, and then consider, is this really what I want to do? Is this really how I want to respond? Is this really how I want to go about my life? Stuff like that. The biggest issue about that is that nobody's going to inform you. You are completely in the dark. Everybody seems to be part of it. Everybody seems to playing games, especially mind games, mental games. You are always in denial. You are always in the fog, so to speak. You have foggy mind, which means you can't make sense. You can't speak sometimes, even in my situation. Sometimes I can't even speak a clear phrase because it's so affecting and it's doing so much harm, the harassment and this entire game, basically. If you want to see it like a game, I don't see it like a game because it's very serious.